could be India Inc. as an organization. Take a look at the projects Indian corporations are implementing in the year 2008. And let's try to put those projects into three boxes. How many projects in 2008 Indian corporations are implementing which will fall into box one, which is all about managing the present, improving the performance of today's businesses? How many of the projects Indian companies are implementing in 2008 will fall into box two, which is about selectively forgetting the past? How many of the projects Indian companies are implementing in 2008 will fall into box three, which is about creating the future? Manage the present, box one. Is box one important? Absolutely. Is box one critical? Absolutely. Is box one strategy? No. Strategy is really about box two and box three. How do you create your future in the year 2030? That's the challenge in box three. And if you want to create your future in 2030, then you have a job to do in box two, India and China. Every report that I read, whether it is by Goldman Sachs or whether it is by World Bank, indicates India and China will experience phenomenal growth that Mr. Kamath was alluding to in the next 25 years. If you are General Electric, if you are Johnson & Johnson, strategy for you is to ask the question, how do I participate in that growth? Here is the real catch. The real catch is growth in emerging markets cannot be captured through box one approach. If you are an American multinational, you cannot take business models you created in the US in box one and simply export those business models into India or China and perhaps adapt them locally. The reason why this is not going to work, as Mr. Kamath rightly put it, we need a 10% solution here. There is a fundamental customer discontinuity here. Customers in emerging markets are fundamentally different than the customers in developed markets. Therefore, they require fundamental transformation. Think about how much time we spent in MBA programs about budgeting, meeting the budget, whether we met the budget or not met the budget. How much time we devote in MBA programs or in organizations talking about opportunities created. I can go on and on. In my book, 10 Rules for Strategic Innovators, we explore concepts like this, which are all management orthodoxies, which have some validity because box one is still important. But have we created a parallel set of ideas that can support box two, box three thinking? In fact, the old saying used to be, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. The new saying has to be, if you live by the sword, you will probably get shot by those who don't.